everybody! I'm here today to tell you how to be less nervous for the driving exam if you want to pass. That's right, if you want to pass your driving exam or your road test, you have to calm those nerves. It's normal to be nervous for the driving exam, but you don't want to be so nervous that it actually affects your driving. So I'm going to be going over 8 things that you should be doing to calm your nerves for the driving test. And like I said, it's super important if you want to pass. Number 1 is pick a theme song and listen to it. Now, I did this when I was a kid before a test or an exam in school. And you want to pick a song that you know really, really well, or you're going to listen to it enough times that you're going to get to know it well. And you're going to get to the point where it's just going to play and you're not even going to pay attention to it. But that song will trigger your body to relax. When we hear things that we know that we're not really singing along to, but we can listen to subconsciously, it actually physically calms us down. So pick a song that you like almost like your theme song, and listen to it. And I have a handful of theme songs that I've sort of used for my entire lifetime, and I still listen to them to this day to calm my nerves down. So pick a theme song, and believe it or not, you'll probably use the theme song many times throughout your life. Number 2 is get some last minute practice in. If you want to calm your nerves, you need to practice. And the way that you calm your nerves is to sort of be better. If your skills are top notch, then you have no real reason to be nervous, and you'll know that. So by getting some last minute practice in, you're gonna actually get a lot better. And that will, in return, calm your nerves. Number 3, drink a lot of water. Now, by a lot, I mean a lot of water over a long period of time before the driving test. You don't want to drink a ton of water the moment before the driving test, or else you're going to have to use the washroom during the driving test. That's going to be a disaster, okay? Instead, for like maybe 5 or 6 hours leading up to the driving test, just sip on water consistently. When you hydrate your body, it actually calms you down and it reduces your nerves, and it also reduces anxiety. It's scientifically proven in many studies. I have anxiety myself that I deal with from time to time with certain situations, and drinking water and sort of relaxing just calms it down immediately. Physically, it's one of the best things that you can do to calm down and reduce your nerves overall. Number 4, chew gum. Just like the theme song, when you're chewing gum, you're contracting your muscles that are in your jaw, okay? And that actually calms you down, and it actually triggers your memory. It enhances your memory triggers, which is great for the driving test, because you're gonna wanna remember, you're gonna have to remember certain things. So by chewing gum, you're gonna calm down, and you're gonna remember those things that you need to remember, which will in essence calm you down even more. Number 5, know that the examiner will do many tests that day, and you're basically, I don't want to sound mean, but you're basically nothing. In terms of, like, to you this is a huge deal, to the examiner it's nothing. It's just part of their job. So I know you're worrying, you're like, oh, I'm gonna take my test, I'm so nervous. To them, it's just another pen on a paper. They're just gonna mark you off and then look at how you do and pass you or fail you. So don't worry so much, because, you know, I know it's a big deal to you and that's totally normal, but don't worry about the driving test examiner, because to them, you're just another part of their job. It's nothing. So don't worry so much about them and what they're gonna think of you. Who cares? Just do your job and they'll do their job, and that's it, okay? Number 6, get all the paperwork ready beforehand. What you don't want to do, and a couple of my friends and family members were in this situation, and I gave them this tip, but they didn't listen. They ended up basically last minute rushing to try and find their paperwork, and that will hype up your nerves because you're like anxious running around trying to get your paperwork. That's going to make you more nervous. So like a couple days before, get all your paperwork in order, because then at least if you can't find something, you can sort of replace it. You have a couple days to get a new paper or a new identification or whatever the case is, if you need a new card, whatever the case is. So get all your paperwork ready a couple days before. Choose a separate pair of shoes that you're going to wear for the driving test, and then just leave those shoes at the door and put the paperwork in the shoes. So the day of the driving test, what's on my chin? I'm trying to see here. I think I might have missed a spot when I'm shaving. I'm looking in the viewfinder, but I shaved last night. I think I might have missed a spot. Anyways, leave the paperwork in your shoes and just wear those shoes that day. Only wear those shoes on that day, not beforehand, okay? Number 7, arrive really early and watch people pass their tests. This is what I like to do. You know, when I've gone for important interviews in my life, I've arrived 3, 4, 5 hours early and just practice my answers in my car in the parking lot. So you can't arrive too early in that sense. Like, you can get there 5 hours early and just watch people go and come back like with a smile on their face, say, yeah, like telling their parents or their instructors, hey, I passed my test, you know, and that'll motivate you because you're going to see success, and therefore it's going to breed success and manifest it amongst yourself. Number 8 is a good one that I just recently thought of. Someone told me this tip, and they said it worked, and it really makes sense. And that's just to almost pretend that you failed. I read about this guy who reached out to me on social media, on Instagram, and he said he thought that he failed the test within 3 minutes in. He thought that he failed the test because he had done something. I don't remember what the situation was. So he just kind of did the rest of the test, and he didn't care. And then the driving test examiner said that he had passed because the mistake that he made at the beginning of the test, the examiner knew that it was solely because of nerves, and it was just a little small minor point loss at the end of the day. So he passed the test, and the reason was because he was so calm, because he thought that he failed. So pretend that you failed, because it's going to calm you down. Now don't pretend that you failed and like throw the test out the window, like just bomb it. Don't do that. But you know, pretend that you failed, and that'll just like calm you down. Like just pretend that you failed and you won't really care so much anymore, and you're still going to drive your best because it's a natural skill that you've developed, and hopefully you end up passing. That's it. That is how to be less nervous for the driving exam if you want to pass. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.